Good morning. As we hit the top of the hour, we thank you for staying with us as we continue to follow the winter wonderland that has turned into a bit of an overnight disaster. I'm Caitlin Heck.
And I'm Frederick Price. With interstates blocked with stranded drivers, that has been among the biggest issues that we've been reporting on today because of the slick ice on the roadways. Right now, stranded drivers are waiting for crews to help them get out. We're going to go over to meteorologist Alex Pry, who has been tracking the aftermath of this winter weather. Alex, what is the latest? People are hoping that they can thaw out today.
Well, it is still sub-freezing all over central Georgia. That's why you're continuing to see that white powder stick to the ground. Here's a live look at the Georgia National Fairgrounds, where temperatures are currently sitting at 23 degrees, feels more like 14 degrees. So this is typically what we hit when we hit that very coldest portion of the early morning hours. It is 10 a.m. now, and we are ever so slowly trying to warm up. It is not going to be a warm day by any means here in central Georgia. So everyone 30 or below temperature-wise on that map right there. And the feels like numbers are still stuck in the teens. Thankfully, we are out of the single digits. It felt like 4 degrees in Unadilla this morning, and it felt like 2 degrees down in Americus in Sumter County. So hour by hour, we will steadily make our crawl back up to freezing temperature, and we will be hovering in the mid-30s for high temperatures today. So already going to be a cold day, but at least those temperatures will be conducive enough for some melting of this frozen precipitation. Hopefully getting a lot of that ice out of here, not looking to get all of it out. But the satellite and radar is all clear right now, so sunshine will help contribute to the melting of that ice on the ground and any of that snowfall. As we go throughout today, it's about a 5 to 6 hour window that will be above freezing. Then as we head into the evening past sunset, that's when our temperatures will drop below freezing. Any of that water that does, or any of that frozen precipitation that does melt into water is going to refreeze overnight. And then take a look at what's in store for Thursday. Yes, cloud cover all over central Georgia. Our temperatures are still going to pop up above freezing temperature for about the same hour window tomorrow afternoon, but we're not going to have the sunshine like we do have today. But then as we start out Friday morning, finally some more sunshine in the picture, maybe some scattered clouds here and there, but hopefully Friday at least, or at the very latest, that these conditions will continue to improve across central Georgia. So some reports from the field that we've continued to get anywhere from about 1 to 2 inches in our far northern corridor. The further you go down, mixing in maybe 2.5 inches. In our far southern extent, as high as 9 inches of snow here in Lawrence County, and then also down in Chris County as well. So it has definitely been a sight to see here in central Georgia, but obviously continuing to let you know about all of those impacts across central Georgia, especially on the roads. Caitlin, Frederick.
All right, Alex, thank you. Certainly a sight to see, but unfortunately so is this. Perry Police Department showing us that the interstate is closed. They shared this photo on Facebook saying, hey, stay off I-75.
And we really want you to stop and just take a good look at this picture, because this is why our team, as well as the governor's office, have been telling people to stay home and avoid the roadways and interstates if they have to. Because of this, we're told southbound is comparable to a parking lot, and emergency vehicles will not be able to get to you if you're there. In another post, they ask people to stay off the roads unless it's life essential. Public safety will only be responding to life essential calls, just really emphasizing the dangers out on the roadways right now.
Naomi Washington spent the night in Perry. She tells us more about what it looks like out there this morning. Naomi.
Well, the sun is finally up, and it's hard to believe how much snow really fell out here. Going into the night, it was still coming down very heavily, a lot of it in all different directions, but it has stopped now. No snow this morning as we're waking up. However, still very cold, still very icy. I'm going to move to the side so you can see the parking lot. There is just a layer of ice just over the entire thing. So, you know, the snow was kind of pushed off of it, because, you know, a little bit earlier there was still snow all over the parking lot. Snow pushed off of it, still ice everywhere. It's very icy. Even just moving, taking a step is taking a risk. So not moving that car at all this morning. And, you know, as we go into the day, we'll see what the conditions hold. But right now, just a lot of ice, just a lot of snow. In Perry, Naomi Washington, 13 WMAZ News.
Wow.
Hi, Naomi, thank you. Talking about road conditions, this is over I-475 close to the Bibb-Monroe County line there. You can see cars piled up in the lanes, even into the emergency lanes. It is a very scary situation out there. A lot of people have been out there for hours overnight.
It certainly is a scary situation. We talked to one woman earlier this morning who said she had been in that pileup since at least 11 o'clock last night on 475. A really, really unfortunate situation. We've been talking with EMA directors all morning long, too, getting perspective. For the first time, we are hearing from Bibb County Deputy EMA Director Robert McCord. How are you this morning, Robert?
Hey, good morning. I'm doing okay.
Thank you so much for being here with us on this very cold Wednesday morning. Kind of just paint the picture for us and tell us what is going on 475.
Right now, there's a lot of just jackknife tractor trailers, a lot of wrecks, a lot of people in the ditches. It's just taking a lot of time to get all of those rigs moved out of the way and get the ice cleared so they can continue on their travels. It's just it's a long process. So yeah, our crews are working with DOT and GSP and doing whatever we can to assist them. We're here to help, but yeah, it's going to be a long process.
We spoke to one woman who is stranded out there on 475, and she says, I feel like we haven't seen anybody out here doing anything to help, but that's because of that process you were talking about and you all being able to get out there safely. Walk us through some of the things that you all are having to do in order just to reach some of these drivers who are stranded or stuck.
It's difficult because a lot of the roads are still icy, and I know that we've had people having to challenge our responders to just be able to get places around the county just because the ice is so bad. So, just trying to keep our emergency crews safe is incredibly important, and just trying to get them to locations to be able to help out as best we can. But it's just a process of trying to go slow and be very methodical in how we get there, and working with our public works crews to clear roads and get roads that are de-iced and safe for transit.
That certainly is an arduous task, Robert. The threat of refreezing is imminent tonight. Do you all have everything you need, all the resources to make sure that the roadways are as clear as they can possibly be?
Yeah, our crews are working around the clock to get the brine down, the gravel, whatever they need to get the roads and keep them where they're passable. But with these temperatures dropping down in the teens again tonight, there are going to be places that are going to still be icy tomorrow. Refreeze is going to happen, and there's a lot of roads in Macon, so a lot of the main roads will be better off. A lot of the side roads are probably going to have a little more ice on them, just because of the nature of having the shade from the sun, so they're not getting that, and just harder for our crews to get all of the side roads and all the smaller roads, but they're doing their best.
Yes, they certainly are doing their best. They have been working really, really hard overnight. Robert, I have one more question for you. Do you have a timeline on when you all will be able to get to some of those side roads, or just roads in general, to clear them off so that people can pass them safely? I know at 10:08 this morning, it's kind of hard to look ahead, but you all are clearly working hard to come up with some kind of plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Our public works and parks beautification folks are working to get it as soon as we can. They have 3 teams, so it's a lot of roads for 3 teams to go out and do this work. So they're doing their best. I hope that especially tomorrow, when we should be seeing some 40s, that we'll get a little bit better help from Mother Nature in melting these roads and getting them cleared out. But we're kind of stuck with whatever Mother Nature gives us to some extent, but we're doing our best. So hopefully in the next day or two we'll get all of those roads cleared. But they're moving as fast as they can, and just really the biggest thing is we just want people to stay off the roads if they don't have to be, because that's not helping anybody. When we have cars that are stuck, that slows down our crews to be able to get out and clear those roads. So really, it's just, please, if you don't need to be on the road, don't be on the road. And it's a really pretty day to be able to go and see the snow, but really, you just need to let our crews get to work and don't put yourselves in danger.
Well, we thank you so much for all the work that you all are doing and have been doing overnight to try to get these roads cleared and try to get people to safety as much as possible. And we thank all of our emergency workers across Central Georgia who are doing the same.
They certainly are working very, very hard. Much appreciation to those people who have been working the last 48, really 72 hours, just making sure that everyone can stay safe and get to those people who need help. We're going to continue to monitor this, monitor the latest conditions on the roads and, of course, the weather impact. We're hoping we'll have a few hours to kind of thaw out a little bit, but then the threat of refreezing happens tonight. So we will continue to follow that. We'll have more on 13 WMAZ Plus. You can always connect with us there as we have a snowy backyard garden here at 13 WMAZ.
I'll bring you another update coming up at 11 this morning.